Tell us about, Marshall, tell us about your education journey. What was the most memorable for you?
The most memorable. When I went through college, I also went through Air Force ROTC, which was, I learned so much from that. It's just like a hive of leadership knowledge. And being able to work with the other cadets, I think that was a really fantastic experience. And then I guess the other most memorable part was the internships that I got to have. Internships are something that they seem optional, but they're really important for getting the experience, and I'm really glad that I was able to go through that.
Was there an internship that really stood out?
None of mine stood out.
No, they were all good love.
They were all kind of mediocre.
But they were necessary. All right. Lindsay, what about you? Any memorable educational experience?
Yes, I went to a relatively small university as far as class size was concerned. And I really took the opportunity to connect with all the faculty and staff. I was very close with the chair of the history department. He's my personal mentor to this day. You're gonna need those connections for grad school applications. So just look at it that way. You're just making connections with people and really trying to utilize the information that they can teach you in order to succeed later on in life. And without those recommendations, I wouldn't be in grad school, so I'm very thankful for that.
That's good. Chance, best career advice you've received so far?
Actually very recently, a long life kind of family friend of ours who goes to church with us, I was recently looking to apply for a new job, and I was like, I feel bad because I've only been at my job for maybe a year and a half now. And he was like, you know, you're young. He was like, people aren't staying at their jobs like they used to in the generation before us for 30 years just to get their retirement. He just said, get your experience, get what you can out of it, and then move on to the next. Because you could jump into a role or step into a role that doesn't exist. Maybe it didn't exist yesterday, and then create it, and you're the founding person to develop and create this role. So he said, don't be scared, don't be afraid, just go for it, and whatever happens, just happens.
Janice, what about you?
I think the most important piece of advice I received and would give to anyone here is to ask for what you want. It's not, necessarily a revolutionary piece of advice. I'm sure you guys have all heard it, but I've just realized that it's so true. You kind of are taught your whole life that you work hard, you get good grades, you'll get into a good school, etc. But then you graduate and you realize you're responsible for your own financial situation, and the people you work with aren't necessarily super concerned with, helping you increase your net worth. So it's really important to ask for those raises, ask for those promotions, especially the ladies out there who it's a little bit, more of a struggle for us, but it's just so important.
All right, I'll open this up to anybody. Career aspirations.
Actually,
Oh, no, you have something.
on the other question real
Yeah.
quick, the number one piece of career advice I've ever received, and I wholeheartedly believe, is education doesn't stop after you graduate college. You're always going to be learning. I've learned so much more in the past 4 years since graduating than I did in college.
Awesome. What about career aspirations? I'll open this up to anybody. You've got one.
I'm currently doing domestic violence and sexual assault advocacy work, which is my absolute passion in life, which is why I'm in a social work program. I'll be graduating in October with my master's degree, and then after that I'm looking to do clinical licensure to do private practice therapy.
Awesome. Thank you. That's going to be a big impact in the world.
I hope so.
Anyone else? Career aspirations next 5 or 10 years. What are you thinking?
I guess for myself, I'm getting ready to apply to graduate school at Georgia State for their instructional design and technology program. And then after that, I'm planning to go to law school and go from there, see what happens.
That's so interesting. Do you know my master's is in instructional design, and I
Really?
did not think lawyer at all in my
Because
plan. That does not make sense to me. Yeah, please.
I'll tell you what, my reason is because I know technology rules the world. So I want a little piece of tech, in my background, but I also love my people aspect that I don't want to lose. So by me going a little bit of tech, but it's still kind of like I have to explain it, I have to engage with you, and then further my learning from there, I think it'll give me an edge in law school or even after that. So that's why.
Thank you. All right, last question for you guys. Most exciting thing to you about this next generation of scholars? You got a chance to meet some folks last night. What is the most exciting thing about these folks for you?
Well, I can go. I'm just excited for you guys to go to school. As Mr. Kennedy said, it's just an incredible experience. There's nothing like it. It's so special, so unique. So please cherish it, live in the moment, try to limit your stress as much as possible. I know it's easier said than done, but trust me, once you graduate, it gets worse. And then I'm excited for you to learn more about the world, graduate, come with a fresh perspective, help progress the society. We need more scholarly people out there. You know, your voice counts, your vote counts. So, you know, you've been in education mode up until this point, so it's time to use it for good. Quickly, I just want to give a shout out to my dad, who's been an incredibly dedicated, hardworking man for this company for 30 years now, and if it wasn't for him, like, I wouldn't be up here right now.
Anybody else? Most exciting thing to you about the next generation, Chance?
I guess with you guys getting ready, we're going through school and about to graduate. It's going to be an adjustment, but I am excited for you guys because even though we went through not that long ago, you guys, technology just it evolved so fast that now you guys are experiencing things and have access to things that we didn't at the time. So it's kind of like it's pushing us forward. So kind of the generation before us and then our classmates before us, we have more than them, and you guys kind of have a little bit more than us. So I say just use it, utilize it, network, just use it all at the forefront in order to get where you want to be.
Yeah, you know, all the parents in the room probably can remember the world was way different, you know, even just 10 or 20 years ago. And college is a really great time. Education is a really great time to prepare you to be the next force of change in the world, whether it's inventing the next, you know, internet, or whether it's just causing whatever kind of local change you can to the environment, to your government, to whatever, you're going to be ready for it.
I think this period of time is so special from an identity development perspective. You're really going to figure out who you are, what you like, what you dislike, what your passions are, what your dreams are, and I think it's so special and so unique for every one of you. And I really urge you to go through that with compassion and really try to look at each other as human beings. I think that's really important to just hold in the back of your mind as you progress through that phase.
Thank you, guys. Can we thank our panel? All right, here's what's next. So in just a moment, Jim's going to be right out